Cells are the basic building block structures in all organisms. They are the smallest units of life that can be classified as a living thing. All organisms can be classified into two groups: unicellular, such as bacteria and other small non-animal organisms, and multicellular, which can be animals, plants, fungi, etc. They can also be grouped into prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic do not have a nucleus or other membrane-bound organelles, while eukaryotes do. The largest single-celled organism in the world is xenophyophores, which are protista found in the abyssal plains and deep ocean territories. They can be up to 20 centimeters in diameter. That's almost a foot. Multicellular organisms range from bacteria organisms made of two cells to gigantic 370 feet tall redwood trees in California. If that size tree were to fall down when no one was around it, it would create a chain reaction, setting off the plate tectonics at the San Andreas Fault and cause earthquakes throughout California. But no, it wouldn't really. I'm just kidding. Cells have many different functions, but each cell is usually specified to perform one function. For example, our nerve cells receive signals and send them to and from the brain, where they are processed and turned into feelings, such as like a burn or other sensations. When many cells work together for a certain function, they're called tissue. When many tissues are working together for a certain function, they are called an organ. And when organs work together for a certain function, they're called an organ system, and all the organ systems made up together is called an organism. So just picture this: cells to tissues to organ systems to organisms. Pretty simple, right? Eukaryotic cells are made up of a nucleus and 7 other common membrane-bound organelles found in the cytoplasm, surrounded by a cell membrane. The nucleus is the control center of the cell and contains chromosomes, which gives us our genes. It also makes more DNA using RNA transcription, which is a process that, it's a pretty complex process where RNA is turned into DNA and then back into protein and stuff like that. Chromosomes are compounds of DNA and protein that contain many genes that make us who we are. Near the outside of the nucleus, you can find the endoplasmic reticulum, also called the ER, which helps with translation. There are 2 types of ER, smooth and rough. Rough ER contains ribosomes, while smooth ER doesn't. Ribosomes are small components in a cell that lack membrane boundaries, so it isn't considered an organelle. But it makes protein, so it is very important. The powerhouse of the cell is called the mitochondria. This organelle can be considered the second most important organelle in the cell, in my opinion, right next to the nucleus. Mitochondria create ATP, aka energy. Without the mitochondria, the cells wouldn't be able to function. Most cells contain vacuoles, which store many molecules within the cell and play a major function in homeostasis. Also in the cell, there is the Golgi apparatus. This organelle is used for a lot of transport in and out of the membrane. Think of this as the UPS of the cell, or FedEx, whatever floats your boat. Lysosomes in the cell contain digestive enzymes and help break down food and other particles. The cytoskeleton is made of centrioles, microtubules, and microfilaments, and helps keep the structure of the cell in place. I would go into detail about prokaryotic cells, but honestly, it's too boring to talk about. I know you're getting annoyed with how long this is taking, Miss Webb, so I'm done. After this, all of these organelles work together to create what we now know as a cell. God bless. I'm out. Peace.